Hello, I'm Ashley and welcome to my space here. Today I'm going to be doing my angel reading, also known as a healing reading. So I am going to go ahead and just get right into it. It's really important to remember that if you're here for a message, go ahead and set the intention, reach out to your guides. We can take a few deep breaths. In the nose and out the mouth. Opening up your mind, opening up your heart to receive the messages you are here to find. So I did set the intention that this message reaches you whenever it's meant to reach you. There are no time limits, so whenever you find this or it finds you, it is meant for you. So you can take whatever resonates for you. And yeah, just go ahead and you can ask a question now, set an intention to receive an answer. You can ask for like a totem, like an animal, or especially because with my angel readings, not only am I connecting to angels, but I'm going to be tapping into, I have different set of guides, like galactic guides, and I have spirit animals and fairies and dragons that I'm also tapping into, unicorns. So if any of those things also resonate for you, those might be messages for you, but those are beings that I work with, energy that I work with. So you can go ahead and set an intention to receive like a number or an animal totem. Whatever it is for you, go ahead and you can say it out loud to yourself and ask your guides, or you can ask a question if you need to know anything about what you're healing. This could be related to like family healing, inner child healing, physical, like healing your physical health. I know a lot of people are looking to heal their physical health, and actually I feel like that's actually a huge one right now. Mental health maybe also as well. So an emotional health, feeling more emotionally balanced, more emotionally stable. So, yeah, I'm just setting the intention that you reach whatever messages you're meant to reach, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of get right into it today. So, we are just going to start with what we need to know. Like, what are we healing right now, collectively? And this is a general message, so some of it may resonate for you, and some of it may not, so just take what applies. Okay. First one we're getting, which I really like this energy. So this is what we're healing right now, and this is the Queen of Cups. So what I feel like we're healing is our emotions and our emotional body. So a lot of us focus more on our physical body, and for me personally, when I have a pretty transformational weight loss journey. And one of the ways that I actually healed my body physically was healing my emotions. And by healing my emotional body, the physical body kind of came as a result of really focusing more on my emotional health, and really taking care. This is like filling your own cup. The Queen of Cups, this could represent a person in your life. This could also be like a mother. So you could be like healing your mother energy, because the Queen of Cups is gentle, nurturing, intuitive, loving, kind, compassionate, open, accepting. So actually, if you're a woman, and a lot of women have not been taught to this, we've been taught to be really cold, to close our hearts off, especially if we've been brokenhearted in the past. This is associated with the heart. So this queen is associated with the heart chakra. So I'm hearing, oh, and I see him, Archangel Raphael. So you might be connecting with him or working with him. He's a healer. He works with the heart chakra. So one thing, as I was healing emotionally, what I was guided to is one, nature, connecting to Mother Earth, because she is gentle, she is nurturing, she is loving, she is kind, and she will support you and nurture you. Whereas most of our mothers weren't really taught to do that. They weren't taught to take care of their own emotional health. And so they weren't very like comforting and nurturing to us in those times that we need it, and it can make us become very cold. So what we need to do is really connect to our own emotional body. And when we're in our emotions, we can get a little woo, like the boats are rocking. And that's why it's so important. Or like big waves, it's just like you might have emotions come in big waves, and then you might be fine, and then they might come again, and it's like tidal waves, just like crashing over you and crashing over. This is cleansing you. So this is not, your emotions are nothing to be scared of. Your emotions are not who you are. You do not have to associate with them. They are just something that is passing by, like waves. So connecting to the earth, that's green, connecting to the grass, connecting to trees, putting plants in your home, maybe even. I'm also picking up on working with green crystals. I have one right here actually. Lavenderite, this is green, and I always infuse this with the energy of Archangel Raphael. So there's also another one I have, it's called Adventurine. So those are also things I'm being guided to because they ground you to earth. They help you with your healing. So you can place those on your heart chakra. You could just lay on the earth if you have like a yoga mat, or even if you don't, you could just connect to the earth, lay down on the floor. You can imagine roots coming out to the bottom of your, like your spinal cord, and strengthening. So yeah, or you can get outside and connect to earth. Like I said, just go for a walk or look at the trees. Another way for me was eating green foods. Archangel Raphael is like, yes, people, please eat more green vegetables, because this really nourishes our body, and we're going through a lot emotionally. It's really important to nourish our bodies, because one of the things I know, I ate emotionally. So if you're an emotional eater, you are not alone. Everybody's an emotional eater. When we're finding that comfort, because this is like creating your own comfort and creating this own little womb inside yourself. Imagine the womb, it's like water, that's our first element we're exposed to is water. So really creating this inner womb within ourselves with the way we choose to nourish ourselves and take care of ourselves. So like I said, eating green foods really helps to nourish you. What we tend to go to, and I know I did this, is when I would heal emotionally and I would feel very exhausted, because healing emotionally and crying a lot takes a lot out of you. It makes you feel tired and depleted, and it's okay because you're being emptied, so that your cup can be filled with new emotions of love and happiness and joy and tranquility and peace. But I tended to want to go to like fast food, or like food that was quick and easy, or food that was comforting, right? Or a lot of us will repress our emotions, and we won't even allow ourselves to feel our emotions, and we'll reach for the food, or we'll reach for the substances, whatever it is for you. But I am picking up a lot on emotional eating. So if that's something for you, don't shame yourself, don't beat yourself up, just recognize the pattern. And you can still eat emotionally, but make new choices to eat things that will nourish you when you're feeling depleted and you're tired and you're healing emotionally. So broccoli and green beans and apples, and just implementing more green foods into your diet. Green juices, you could eat more celery. You could try celery juices. There's just a lot of things you can do to support your body during this time of emotions. So that's what I was saying. As I began to heal more emotionally and take care of my emotional needs and meet my emotional needs and allow myself to cry when I needed to cry, allow myself to feel anger when I needed to feel anger, and expressing those through writing, through therapy, through movement. There are lots of different ways you can express your emotions. As soon as you begin to let them out of you, you transmute them, and they're no longer stored inside you. So like I was very obese, and what I recognize is those emotions I was not allowing myself to feel, they were just like being stored inside of me and stored inside my emotional body, because I wasn't allowing myself to process them. And that's one thing that we don't always allow ourselves to do, is because our emotions can be very strong and we have attachments to our emotions. So if we feel really sad, then we begin to identify with it, like I am sad, or we feel anger, and then you think I am angry. But it's not, you don't have to attach the I am to it. You're having an experience. You're feeling emotions of sadness. You're feeling emotions of whatever they are, but they're not who you are. So it's important to not identify with your emotions. Just allow them to come and go. And that's kind of a lot of information coming through right there, but you also might be tapping more into your intuition. Wanting to reconnect with your heart space. If we have lots of like pain and trauma towards our heart spaces, if we've been really closed off, then it can be really hard to get back in touch with this intuitive and sensitive part of us. So, and remember that gender does not apply with my reading. So you can be male or female. This is an aspect within us. So the queens are more like the embodiment of what we're feeling. So we might be feeling very romantic. It is the week of Valentine's Day. So feeling very romantic, you might be feeling very loving, you might be seeking love, your heart might be calling out for love. And really what this is saying is to really get in tune to what makes you feel loved, and really providing that for yourself and really embodying that for yourself. So I really like this, the Queen of Cups. This could represent water signs, so Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, so that could apply to you. Take that how that resonates. I'm also picking up on I was feeling Archangel Gabriel, and there's a lot of blue on this card. Archangel Gabriel is associated with the color blue, and it's also associated with our throat chakra. And what we do, like I was saying, expressing our emotions, whereas we've kind of been taught that like our sadness is not okay. Like maybe as children, we were neglected for feeling emotions of sadness. And then so now we don't allow ourselves to feel sadness because we don't want to be seen as weak, or, whatever those emotions were. Maybe we weren't allowed to feel anger because it wasn't very ladylike, and so we repressed those emotions. But now it's about really getting in tune to what you're feeling and then being able to express that. Because it's also important in relationships, if you're seeking romantic love and you're seeking love, to be very expressive about how you're feeling and how you feel, and to be able to communicate that with a partner. Because, remember, they can't read our minds, and so we have to learn to be more expressive. We have to learn to be more in tune to these emotions rather than pushing them away because they're uncomfortable. So if you're feeling any sorts of uncomfortable emotions, be gentle with yourself. This is the queen of being gentle with yourself, being loving and compassionate and nurturing to yourself, really opening your heart center, really getting in tune to that more loving aspect of yourself. So I really like that. That's what we're healing right now. Now that was pretty thorough, it felt like. Okay, what is going on, like, what is a block, or what is going on that we're not seeing clearly? Okay, interesting. This came out. 6 of Cups, which I really love this energy too. This is like inner child healing, exactly what I was saying. This is also the cups. So here we are again with the emotions. So you might be feeling lots of emotions. This could be emotions from the past. You might be re-evaluating your past. And I know we do go into Mercury retrograde. Maybe we already did, or it's soon happening. So this could be a card of the past. Revisiting those things, or these emotions that you're healing, might trigger the past. And so you're doing a lot of inner child work. I love this because it's like kind of like two friends. It's like giving and receiving to me, an equal exchange. And I love the flowers in the cups. It reminds me of peace. This could be about forgiveness and forgiving people from the past, forgiving yourself from the past, forgiving like your parents from the past. Yeah, this is a great card of receiving and learning. I think we're learning how to receive, and actually the Queen of Cups is like learning how to receive like divine emotions, like receiving, like I was saying, kind of like to empty our cup so that our cup can be filled with like higher vibrational feelings of love and kindness and just like equal give and take. So this is what's going on that we're not seeing clearly, is that that's what I'm picking up on, is that things are surfacing from the past, and this is creating inner child healing. This could also be like soulmate connection, or this could be some sort of like kindred spirits is what I hear, or like just you might be connecting with somebody that's you have past lives with as well. And this could be bringing up some healing or some feelings of romance or feelings of love. And just really getting in tune to, this could also be like getting back to what you love to do as a child. That's what it feels like. It's like reparenting yourself, honestly. And like I said, when we don't allow ourselves to feel our emotions, what we have to really learn to do, because this is like a divine mother energy to me, is the Queen of Cups, feeling very loving and nurturing and open and accepting. So when we didn't have parents like that, we have to go back and we have to teach ourselves how to feel our emotions. We have to teach ourselves how to take care of ourselves, how to nurture ourselves in those moments when we're feeling our lowest, or when we're feeling very strong emotions, to not just sweep them under the rug. Maybe we saw our parents sweep emotions under the rug, or maybe we saw them avoid them, or maybe we saw them run away from them, or just like pretend that they weren't there. And that's very unhealthy. Not only is it unhealthy for your emotional well-being, because when your emotions aren't in check, it's when your mind, your mental health starts to be affected. So it's really getting in tune to your emotions, and then being able to take care of yourself like you would a young child in those moments when you're feeling depleted and tired and like emotionally drained. So that's what I'm kind of getting there, is kind of going back to your childhood, revisiting. A lot of people I'm getting are having repressed memories resurface from their childhood. So this isn't anything to like freak out about, or it's 11/11 actually, that just caught my eye, so I have to tell you that. That's so crazy. So that might be a message for you. You might be receiving 11/11. Like really going back and doing some research about how you were raised will really help you to reparent yourself. So learning how to take care of yourself in the ways that maybe you never received, and then giving to yourself so that you can receive from other soulmates or from a love interest or even from the people around you. You can begin to teach them how to treat you, and you can begin to receive new reciprocal give and take. So you might have been in a childhood where like you were like dependent, or like you had to take care of your parents' emotions, or you had to like stop your emotions in order to please your family members, or you didn't allow yourself to express your joy because it wasn't, there wasn't joyous times in the home, or you repressed yourself from feeling anger or sadness, like I said. So it's like revisiting that. But I like this is really about love, is what I'm getting. So it's like, but we have to remember that love is not like from a partner. That's not, it is a form of love, but love is like the divine connection to your heart, and that's what the Queen of Cups is. This is like divine romance, like really being connected to your own sense of romance, like, and what is romance to you, and start giving that romance to yourself. So that, I know for me personally, from my childhood, I knew physical touch as only painful. So one thing that I really had to do is really retrain my body and nervous system to accept and receive the energies of gentle, loving, nurturing touch by really just giving it to myself, giving myself self massages, touching my body, like touching my breast, touching my butt, like groping myself, like making myself feel good, as a way to someday attract and call in that kind of love for myself. But first it starts with, how are you going to receive that if one, you can't even, give it to yourself? And if you can't speak up and say, hey, this is how I need to be loved, because your emotions are so blocked. And when we have any like emotional blockages, it will be hard for us to speak our truth. You might find that your voice is like, I am just feeling like a lump in the throat, or you might just feel like when you begin to speak your truth, it might feel like kind of shaky, your voice might shake. This is all very normal. So do not be afraid. If you're having things come up from the past, or you're feeling nostalgic, that's another word I hear. So like reminiscing on the past, even reminiscing on good times, because we do have both these are, like upright. I don't really read reversal. So it's like you might be just feeling very loving and open, which is a great energy to be in. Because if you want to receive, you have to be open. If we're closed off, if our hearts are closed off, then we're not going to be able to receive the love we desire. We might receive love from people, but it's conditional, it's contractual. It's like, I'll love you if you do this for me, and I'll provide this for you if you provide that for me. And it's very contractual. That's not love. That's codependence. So really learning how to fill your own cup, it feels like, so that you can give and receive in equal measure, and your relationships aren't so imbalanced. All right, Spirit, what else do we need to? What else can I ask? Whoa! Okay, too many fell out there. Let's just do the advice. What is your advice for us right now, Spirit? Okay, this guy's always showing up. Knight of Swords. This is, okay, what I'm getting is, though, to not rush this. Because the Knight of Swords can kind of be impulsive. This is also associated with the throat chakra because it's the swords and it's communication. So yeah, this could be also wanting to like rush in and like communicate feelings of love, express feelings of love, but it's saying there's no need to rush, there's no need to be impulsive, that you can take your time. Okay, what else there? What else is your advice with the Knight of Swords? Ace of Wands. Okay, I like this energy. The Ace of Wands is like a new passionate beginning. It's feeling it's like a gift from Spirit saying, it's like I hear and see the word vitality. So you might be feeling this new spark and it might make you want to like rush forward. But because that's exactly what the wands are. This could be fire sign. So Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, so that might apply to you. The swords are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, so take that as it resonates. But what I'm getting is like you might feel this like new passionate beginning that Spirit is like giving to you, and this starts internally. This is something like you're feeling very healthy, or you're feeling very strong, or you're feeling very driven, or you're feeling very passionate, or you're feeling very ambitious. When we have these energies, you know, they can make us want to rush forward. Or if we get really excited, because the wands to me are about excitement. It's about, woo, you know, feeling lit. It's like sexual energy. You can see this kind of like as a phallic energy. So it's like really being connected to your own sexuality. It's like, that's what I'm getting, is spirit is like giving you this gift of sexuality. So you might feel like very turned on, or, you know, and you might not know what to do with this energy, and it might make you want to like be abrupt and harsh and rush forward, or, you know, try to control the Knight of Swords. He tries to control things to make them go his way so that, you know, he feels more safe, but really it's about learning to give up control. So I'm getting there to just like follow your desires. Like whenever you feel this spark, this is like a new spark. So whenever you feel like this spark, it's like act on those, not impulsively, but from a more like gentle and nurturing place. Like nurture your passions, nurture your desires, nurture your sexual energy. Like I was saying here, like romancing yourself and like touching yourself and really turning yourself on. This is about pleasure to me. Absolutely. Wanting to find pleasure. So this is like spirit is saying here, we're like, follow your passions, and when you do those, they bring you a lot of pleasure. And so pleasure doesn't always come, like I was saying about codependence, pleasure doesn't come from like a person or your partner touching you or romancing you. Pleasure doesn't just come from like substances or, you know, eating emotionally. Like pleasure doesn't come from that. Like it doesn't even come from sex. Pleasure is choosing to feel pleasure, choosing to feel connected to source, because this is like our source energy. This is our creation energy. This is our vitality. It's our sexual energy. So when we're connected to that energy, we feel very abundant. We feel very supplied. We feel very like motivated. So you might feel very like driven, or you might just feel like more motivated to do the things to heal, you know, maybe your inner child, or to get back, like I was saying, get back to what you love. And when you do that, it ignites, you know, this spark within you. It's like that divine spark within yourself. And when you're connected to that aspect of yourself, you're luminous, you're magnetic, you're attractive, you're, and when you, okay, so this is like fire energy. And this is funny because I've been working with elements of fire and water. It's kind of like alchemy, and I feel lots of energy of like passion and drive, and it can be intimidating. Like I've had a lot of healing around my sexual energy, and my sexual energy used to intimidate me. And what I had to learn is that this is just a part of me that is actually very powerful. When we use this energy for good, when we use our sexual energy, our creative energy for good, then it can be very, very powerful and very, very strong. It can create, if you're using it to like visualize and to take action on feeling good in your body, because this could be about physical health too, like a new burst of energy is what I'm hearing, like wanting to like have the desire to take care of yourself, wanting to feel good, and learning to like take action on this divine inspiration. So what's really important is that you can receive divine guidance from your angels, from your guides, from your higher self, just intuitively through your own emotions, through your own senses. But it's really about learning to take action, not necessarily impulsive action, although it might feel very excited and you want to rush forward because it is fire energy. It's about like learning to take those steps. Like, for example, like I was saying in the beginning, when you're healing emotionally and you're being guided to drink lots of more water. This is a message to drink more water as well, because we have the water. But what I was saying, sorry, I'm kind of getting off track, but the water here, I was working with fire and water. When I feel this desire and this passion, and I activate it by being physical, like for me, I use dance a lot to activate this energy of the Ace of Wands, feeling very passionate, feeling very driven, feeling very excited, feeling full of vitality. And then I'm burning up from the inside. I'm using the element of fire to purify away any fears, to purify away any like negative lower based emotions. And then I use water, literally physical water. I will drink it, obviously, because this could be about working out or doing any kind of physical activity that gets you out of your mind and into your body, out of your emotions and into your body. It's another way to ground yourself, is by taking care of your body, exercising. And then using the energy of love and romance and like your own kindness and compassion to kind of soothe that fire energy that you just, because we want to use our fire energy because it gets us, it's in one of our lower chakras. And so when we use this fire energy, To move it up, we begin to open our heart chakra. And then that heart chakra acts as like the water, because this is like our heart center, which is our emotions, acts as like a coolant. And so we get that fire going, but instead of being aggressive and impulsive like the Knight of Swords, we allow the energy to come up and open our heart center. And then we're in a more, balanced, because this is a card of balance, a more balanced emotional state, which is also the Queen of Cups. So that's what I was kind of getting there. It's kind of a lot of information, but that's the advice, is to really focus on your vitality, focus on your health, focus on your passions, what drives you, what motivates you, and go after that. Whereas you might want to force this love because you're feeling very passionate, maybe about a certain person, to really focus on like nurturing yourself and really giving that love and giving that passion to yourself. And then you act as a magnet and you draw it in towards you. Let's get one more on each. What about the Six of Cups? Ooh, I love it. The Lovers. This could represent Gemini, and this was just on, I do recently Tarot Tuesday, and I've been featuring the major arcanas I do a poetry interpretation. So if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I do a lot of, I'll do tarot cards there, but I also do a lot of poetry and creative expression. So if you like what you're watching here and you'd like to check me out on Instagram, I'll leave all the information below. But what I'm getting with this, what we're not seeing clearly, is that we are attracting this love, that we are becoming, as we reparent ourselves with this Six of Cups, and we revisit our childhood, we create this sense of wholeness within us. And this is what the Lovers is about. We have a man and a woman on this card. But remember, gender does not apply. It's our masculine, our inner masculine energy, and our inner feminine energy. And it's this sense of wholeness, this sense of completeness. It's our divinity. It's our light, which would be our masculine aspect, and it's our dark, which is our feminine aspect, like the yin and the yang. So like really balancing the light and dark within yourself. So you might have trauma from your past. You might have, like I said, a broken heart. That's kind of like our shadow. That's like our darkness. And what we can do is stay in that darkness and feel very bitter, feel very resentful, feel very manipulative. That's kind of like when we don't heal ourselves. And the Queen of Cups, this would be like the Queen of Cups in reverse. Somebody that's emotionally manipulative. So what I'm getting is kind of just like, as we heal those aspects within ourselves, we create this wholeness within ourselves. So that's really what's going on behind the scenes, or what we're really not seeing clearly, is that we're coming into oneness. It's about unity consciousness. So remember, don't necessarily project this onto a certain person. Use it to look at your own self, because as you balance your own masculine and feminine energies and you become whole on your own and you balance your light and dark aspects, you're going to attract somebody who is also balanced in their energies. And then that's when we'll have more of the give and take, the give and receiving, rather than how relationships are kind of one-sided because they're codependent, because we're using them as a way to, they're more survival states. If you think about back in the day, women were less than, children were less than, and they needed a man in order to survive. And we're coming out of that day and age. It's 2020. We've been out of that day and age for a long time, but some of us are so stuck there from our own ancestral patterning, from our own family healing. Like maybe our mothers were taught to do this, and so we would learn to do this from our mothers as well. And then we think love is some kind of like contract, or we think that love is some kind of like means to survive, and that's not what love is at all. Love is freedom. Love is connection. It's connection to source. It's connection to your own spirit. And so yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling there. It's like we're coming into more of this like unity consciousness, this divine love within yourself. And when you connect to that own divine love within yourself, then you feel whole and you feel complete. And you're not looking to the outside in order to complete you, or to make you feel happy, or to make you feel very passionate, or to make you feel very driven, or to make you feel very loving, and to make you feel very loved. Instead of searching for it on the outside, we're really learning how to create it on the inside as a way to project it externally. And then we can give unconditionally, because we're loving from source and we're not loving from a partner. Okay, one more with, what are we healing with the Queen of Cups? Oh, no way! King of Cups. I love this. Okay, the King of Cups energy also, I'm laughing too because it's I'm actually seeing Buddha. So Buddha might be an ascended master of yours. He's very lighthearted, very playful. He teaches us how to detach from our emotions, how to stay very emotionally balanced, how to stay. Yeah, this is the counterpart of the Queen of Cups. So I love that they came out together. How beautiful. So you could be with a water sign. Either or. This could be like a masculine and feminine energy. Two separate like people, or it could be, you know, just your own energies within yourself. So the Queen is about embodying your emotions, and the King is about acting on your emotions. So like really taking action on your feelings, like doing what makes you feel good, doing what makes you feel loved, doing what makes you feel cared for, doing what makes you feel nurtured, taking that action to embody and to fill your own cup. So I really love that with the King of Cups there. Beautiful. And you might be feeling very emotionally balanced, or it's something that you're seeking to heal so that you feel more emotionally balanced, because you might feel all over the place, honestly, right now. And that's okay too. But it's like really coming into that emotional balance. No way. Speaking of emotional balance, we have Temperance underneath the deck. So this is literally about emotional balance. See, she's pouring the two cups here back and forth. This is about giving and receiving. She's an angel, so I love that an angel showed up. This represents Sagittarius, so that might be a message for you. Yeah, this is just feeling, I like that she's outside and connected to the earth, you know, has one foot on the ground, one foot in the water. So it's like staying in your emotions, but also staying grounded, remembering that your emotions are not who you are. They're just something you're experiencing. And yeah, like learning how to fill your cup and then giving to others, and then allowing your cup to be filled by spirit and then giving, you know. And so you empty your cup so that you can open up to receive the love from the divine, because that's when it's unlimited. But if you're opening up and you're only expecting love to come from an outside source, like maybe your children or from family or from your spouse, then, you know, then you're dependent on that love. And so when maybe that person isn't feeling very loving, you take it as a sign of, well, I'm not very lovable. When in reality, what you have to do is take a step back, retreat, and allow your cup to be filled by doing the things that make you feel good. So stop abandoning the things that make you feel good in order to be in a relationship, and put the things that make you feel good first. And then, as a result, you'll attract a very healthy relationship. Okay, let's get some clarifiers here. I am going to do this deck, the Angels and Ancestors, because why not? We're doing an angel reading, or connecting to our ancestors, because a lot of ancestral programming is coming up, especially for women, to feel more loving, to feel more connected to their emotions, because we've abandoned our emotions. You know, a lot of men have too, but a lot of, what we have to see is that if we do it first as women, that the men will follow. We were supposed to be those mothers that taught them how to feel their emotions, but because we abandon our emotions, we don't teach our sons how to be in tune to their own heart space. And what this world needs more now than ever is men with open hearts, men that are gentle and kind and nurturing and loving. But if their mothers and their fathers are not nurturing and kind and loving, they're not going to be. They're going to mimic the parents' behavior of aggression or violence or pain or suffering or depression. If you're not happy and your kids are watching you, they're going to mimic your behavior. So they're probably going to grow up and be very sad. They're probably going to grow up and be very depressed. They're probably going to grow up and be very sad, because you're modeling their behavior. Don't expect them to be any different from you. So if you want them to be happy, if you want them to have long, healthy lives, you have to lead by example. And that's what takes the work. You know, a lot of people don't want to do that. But especially conscious parenting, that's becoming a very big thing. And so really teaching our children how to be conscious, how to be aware of their emotions. Because when they take care of their emotions, we can teach them how to take care of their minds. And children's mental health, you know, there are children growing up in homes that have the same level of PTSD as returning veterans, you know, from Afghanistan. I know, because I was one of those kids too, and I learned how to cope. Speaking of emotional eating, one of the reasons I was so obese is because in my home of tension, in my home of chaos, in my home of drama, in my home of neglect and having no nurturing and not being held, I went to food to comfort me. And so as I began to heal my emotions, I no longer was like going to the food to search for that comfort. I began to generate that own comfort within myself by connecting to Mother Earth. by connecting to my body, by giving myself a salt bath. This might be a message to take a salt bath. Those are very healthy. You could give your children salt baths too as a way to heal their energy. They're returning home from school. They've been around people all day. If you're returning from the supermarket, they've been around people all day. They're absorbing everything. They're sponges. So they're absorbing things that you don't even see. They're absorbing things that they don't even see. They're absorbing things they don't even understand. But they're taking it all on. And because they feel that tension, because they feel that stress, because they feel that heaviness, they're looking for comfort, and so they'll go to food. So that's just another message that came through. It's like really being aware of what you're doing, like what you're role modeling to your children, and really teaching them how to take care of their emotions and teaching them to take care of their minds. Okay, what with this Queen of Cups and King of Cups? Oh, I love it. Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. So the fox might be a message for you. I know the fox is kind of like a trickster, but this is also saying like things might be changing, and that's why your emotions might be all over the place. But it's saying to trust your talents. Let's kind of read it. Let's see if there's a message there. Stay alert as change is in the air. The energies around you are changing at this time, and although it may not always be comfortable, you are equipped with all you need to survive this shift. You are being presented with opportunities to reach spaces you've never encountered before, and this can make you feel on edge, but be open to the shifts occurring because they really are the answers to your prayers. The experience of being hunted or threatened is now behind you, and you are being invited to come out from your den and reveal your glory and talents. Call upon Spirit Fox Medicine to help you be seen for who you are and trust in your talents in order to be the best you can be in these changing times. I love that. So really connecting to your own heart space really helps you to be, more authentic and be true to you. And you actually, what you'll find, because this could also represent people that are highly intuitive, and their intuition might be their gift. So really learning as you heal emotionally, you really strengthen, because your intuition is like a muscle and you must strengthen it. You must do things. You might have to change your diet. Like I was saying in the beginning, change your diet. Going vegetarian or eating more vegetables really helps to strengthen your intuition. Drinking more water helps to strengthen your intuition. So really trusting in your guidance, trusting in your own heart. That's what I feel like. During these changing times, to just nurture yourself and take care of yourself and give yourself lots of love. Be compassionate towards yourself. Be open, keeping your heart open so you can receive more divine guidance that will make you feel better. Because your angels and your guides, your ancestors, whatever you're connecting to, they always want the best for you. So if you actually take action on their advice, they're only going to help you better your life. That's kind of the purpose of them, because you're connecting with your higher aspect of yourself. I really like that there. All right. What about what we're not seeing clearly with the Six of Cups and the Lovers? Yes, I love this. Okay, this is Protection Guardian. Drop your shields. I'm also getting Peacock. There's peacock feathers here, so that might be a message for you. Peacocks, it's funny because they kind of represent pride and ego. But this card I love because I'm going to read it. But this is like this version of Archangel Michael. So I love that an Archangel showed up, and he's my favorite. Archangel Michael is my absolute favorite. He helps you feel grounded and connected to earth, kind of like I was saying with Archangel Raphael. Whereas Archangel Raphael is more associated with the heart and keeps you more open. Archangel Michael really helps you feel like you belong, like you have purpose, like you're right where you're meant to be. You feel rooted, you feel grounded, you feel strong in who you are, you feel at peace with who you are, like you just feel very connected to earth, but also connected to your spirit at the same time. So I love that. It says, drop your shield. So like I was saying, like open your heart space, and this might require us to go back to childhood and see where we first begin to put up those walls, where we first begin to hide ourselves because we didn't want to be seen, because we didn't want to be judged, or we didn't want to be criticized, or we didn't want to be abandoned by our family. It's that survival state. And that was kind of mentioned in the Spirit Fox. So like, you don't have to survive anymore. Our lives aren't in danger, but what used to be like threatening, like a wild animal coming in and attacking your village, it's now like paying rent and like surviving in those ways. So our survival mind is still being skewed by our reality, but it's like or by like the things that are happening in our lives, but what we really have to do is learn how to come within and be connected to our own heart space, that we see the outside as all happening for us rather than happening to us, where we don't have to survive anymore, that we have the resources and we have the talents and we have the abilities to see life from a different perspective and allow ourselves to drop our shields, to not be on the defense anymore, to not be so, because when we're on the defense, we're blocking this love, you know? We won't allow anything to flow through. So Archangel Michael, if you had any family healing, like I was mentioning with the Six of Cups and healing your inner child, Archangel Michael, he heals the inner child. Woo! I love him. Okay, let's read it though. Oh, he's great. Okay, it says, drop any shields of shame, resistance, and fear that are standing between you and your chances of enjoyment and fun. Woo! Yes, amen. Know that you don't need to hide who you are or your gifts that you have. You were born to shine. It's kind of like the talents here with the Spirit Fox. You may have encountered shame or embarrassment in your past. That's totally like the Six of Cups, like your past. But that is not in your present. Angels are drawing close at this time to help you move beyond any limiting thoughts, emotions, and patterns that may be making you feel unsafe. Because a lot of us, we might, like I was saying with the children growing up in homes they have PTSD, a lot of us grew up feeling unsafe. And so Archangel Michael really comes to you to help you, make you feel safe. Safe in your own body. Know that angelic protection is swirling around you at this moment and will help you move forward in a more fearless way. I love that I have fearless on my wrist here because of Taylor Swift, honestly, but Archangel Michael does really make us feel like fearless and powerful. Call on your guides for help in changing your frequency so that you can feel safe and protected at this time. You are stronger than you think, and your angels and ancestor guides are here to help you realize this now. I love that. I love that he showed up. Because it does say the protection guardian is the feminine version of Archangel Michael. She is a fierce, protective, yet loving warrior angel who carries an indestructible shield of power and protection and will come to all who call on her. She will help you drop your fear-based shields and move into a loving, protective force field that will keep you safe but will allow your gifts to shine out. Although she is here to guard you from lower energies, she is completely relaxed, serene, and confident because she trusts that love will always prevail. Amen. That's like the Queen of Cups. So really tapping into that loving energy within yourself, calling upon Archangel Michael. And remember, your angels and your guides, they cannot help you unless you call upon them, unless you use your voice or your mind. You can say it in your head or you can say it out loud. I just always right away call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael just because I work with them closely. And then I will call upon my, angels, my guides, my ancestors. And it's really funny because one of the things I've been healing is I felt very alone, especially in my childhood. I felt very like there was nobody around. I didn't feel like I belonged. And that's kind of like what Archangel Michael teaches us, is that we do belong. We have purpose here. Even if it doesn't seem like it, that we do have purpose and we do belong. That now it's crazy because I've connected to my own heart space and I've connected to my own talents and my own gifts. And for me, my support is like infinite. I see so many beings surrounding me and sometimes I'm like, why are you guys here? Why are you with me? I have the most boring life. And they're like, oh no, time doesn't exist to us. We're here for you. We love you. And I mean, I can see their souls. I see it with my clairvoyance. Like I can just see the support. It's crazy. I mean, some days I allow that fear and doubt to kind of block that connection. And some days I do have moments where I feel like I'm all alone, But I can always recover because I come back to my guides. I come back to my angels and I'm like infinitely supported. And so it feels very like strong. You have all your ancestors backing you. You have, infinite amount of angels and guides and support. It's like really believing that you have that support. So that could be another inner child wounding where it's like you didn't feel like you belonged or you didn't feel like you fit into your family. But we were born into our family for a reason. Like I know for me, my gifts and my talents were not accepted by my family. And actually in other lifetimes, I've been really highly regarded as a very intuitive and psychic channel and also as a very powerful healer. And I was very honored and respected for those gifts in other lifetimes, but not in this lifetime. And I really had to fight the last few years to heal my inner child wounding and believe in my gifts and believe in my talents and believe that they bring purpose to the world, that they bring purpose to my life, that they bring purpose to the people around me. And so really getting in tune to those things, because they make you whole, like the lovers, they make you whole. If you're abandoning parts of yourself because they weren't allowed to be seen and they weren't allowed to be heard as a child, then we're neglecting parts of ourselves, and so we will feel neglected. We'll feel abandoned because there's little parts of us, little Ashleys, that were abandoned, and I have to go back, and I have to come back to those Ashleys, and I have to take their hand like a loving mother, and I have to say, I'm here for you, I love you, I see you. And what do you need? Do you need to draw? Do you need to paint? Do you need to write? Do you need to sing? Do you need to dance? Do you need to meditate? Do you need to take a nap? Do you need to take a bath? Do you need to eat more vegetables? Do you need more water? And really getting into those people, those aspects of yourself, seeing what they need, and then giving them to yourself, and then you feel whole, and you feel supplied, and you feel taken care of without needing it from another person. It's really about healing codependency. If you're coming to my channel, you're probably here to heal codependency. Just because that's something I came to heal. And I was actually really drawn to like twin flame information when I first began to awaken. And I think it was honestly just so I could heal my codependence and my attachment wounds. Because when we don't feel safe in our homes, we'll begin to attach to physical things. Like we might attach to a home, and if that home gets taken away, we might feel very emotional. Or if we are really attached to a parent and our parent gets sick or dies, and we're really attached to that person, then it can make us feel like our whole foundation is crumbling. So it's really about learning how to detach from your emotions and feel very grounded and connected to earth as a soul. Okay, lastly, what is your advice? Oh, I like this one. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. I like him too. And I like that it came with desires because it came with the Ace of Wands. And this might be the hunter aspect of you that wants to like rush forward and kind of be kind of aggressive. You might have been like a hunter in a past lifetime. That might resonate for you. Or you might just feel these like instincts within you. That's kind of what I'm getting. Like you're awakening to your instincts, which would be kind of more like your desires. I'm also hearing tracker, like navigation kind of, or like, yeah, you know how like back in the day people would go, like men would go out and they would hunt, but they would hunt more like where women would gather and kind of take care of the village and take care of their, take care of the kids and work as a team unit, which a lot of women don't do anymore. A lot of sisters are very disconnected from themselves because they're envious of each other. They don't support each other. Our society has pinned us against each other. So, but the women used to gather, and it's kind of, if you go back to that primal aspect of us, which would be more of our desires and our wand energy, which would be our primal aspect of ourself. And he kind of seems very primal here. I'm going to read him though, but guys, like the men would kind of go out and hunt. They might go out together, but they would be in their own separate ways, and they would track, and they would use their own instincts to know where danger was. So they would use their own intuition, which a lot of men do not do anymore. They don't use their intuition to guide them through life. Sure, we're not out hunting anymore, but we still need to make decisions in order to like provide for our families, or, to live a healthy life and to live a prosperous life. So tracking down whatever is keeping you, because you might have fears. This is what I'm picking up on. There's been lots of men, for example, let's say back in the day, way back in the day, when all we had was survival, and maybe they let their guard down and they allow themselves to be vulnerable, and they were killed because of it. This could be like somebody could have betrayed them, like a brother. I'm getting also, because not only have sisters betrayed themselves, brothers have been betraying themselves, and brothers have been hurting each other. So it's like really coming back to this brother aspect within yourself. I don't know why I'm picking up on that, but also the Six of Cups could represent friendship too. Like I was saying, kindred spirits. And so you might have this connection to want to connect more to, like if you're a female wanting to connect more to like your sisters and being more close and intimate with other women, to feel that sense of community and to feel that sense of support, to feel like you belong, kind of like the, Archangel Michael card here. Whereas brothers, they want to reconnect with their brothers, and they want to feel like they have each other's backs, like they can protect each other. That's kind of what it feels like. They want to be able to communicate with each other, and to be more vulnerable and be more intimate and be more open, and to know that they are supported by, other males as well. But let's read this. So it might just be like your hunter instincts that are like coming out to help you, and they're your gifts. Track down all of your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you will find your desires too. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time. So use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You are here to realize your fullest potential. But this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. This is also important because for a lot of men, and I know for myself personally because I grew up with a very distorted masculine energy and I didn't know how to be assertive, I didn't know how to take action. And by connecting to that very masculine part of myself, my desires, my vitality, my instincts, my masculine energy helped me to take action on my health especially, in other areas of my life too. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past, that's the Six of Cups, or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. So if you've been feeling like tortured, like I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I'm hearing tortured artist. So these emotions, because especially if you're very emotional, like if you have a very, if you're like highly sensitive, it might be because you're very creative, and so you're supposed to use those emotions as a way to express yourself. You could do that through poetry, you could do that through songwriting, you could do that through singing, you could do that through speech, you could, movement, you could do it through dance. There's lots of different ways. It's especially with this card, like getting more into your creative energy. But I'm hearing tortured artists, so it's like you might have these like scenarios playing in your mind that are torturing you of moments of the past when it's like, oh, I could have said this, or I could have acted differently, or I could have done this. And it's just like, track down your fears and what stopped you maybe from wanting to speak that, and then realizing what your desire is. So if there's anything that's haunting you, it's really just an opportunity to seek what you desire. If you are a man or identify as a male, this card represents your masculinity and an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you are a female or identify as female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. Oh, that feels wonderful and beautiful. I love that. Well, yes, and I love this card because underneath the deck is Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. It's another angel. I love her too. She's so fierce. So I like this, like tapping into the aspect of yourself, like that magic witch within yourself. We've kind of deemed the witch as like sinful in my opinion, or like a lot of witches have been like burned at the stake or persecuted for expressing themselves. And so it's like it can make us hard to be vulnerable and express ourselves because we have these fears, but it's like tracking down those fears and standing more in your power. And she feels powerful to me. That's just kind of the energy I'm picking up on. I'm also seeing Archangel Ariel, who's associated with the sacral chakra. So really igniting, unlock the magic within, unlock that power within yourself. All right, and then I'm going to do one last one from Chakra Insights, just to give an overall message. And I felt that was pretty good. What is the overall message for us, Spirit? What do you want to leave us with today? I'm gonna take this one actually. Okay, we have the heart chakra and its connection, universal oneness, love, interconnection, and support. Which I was totally kind of feeling like they're all holding hands there. Okay, so that's associated with the heart chakra and Archangel Raphael. I'll read this one to you. Number 26 or 8 can be a message for you. You are a vital strand in the great web of life. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions are essential to the whole. Connect. This card is about connection with others. It is about feeling the oneness and interconnection of all life, opening your heart to love and be loved. I love that. Amidst the pressures and rapid pace of life, it is easy to become so focused on getting things done that we disconnect from the greater flow. It's as though there's a clear mountain stream running right beside us, but we choose to drink from a puddle instead. This card is an invitation to re-engage with the world around you and to honor your place in the interconnectedness of life. Realize your part in the chain of life. Feel the connection with the food you eat, the people you associate with, and the work that you engage in. Realize that all the people who cross your path during the day are each playing out their own lives, but in doing this, they are playing a part in your world also. This card also encourages you to engage in relationships openly and deeply. Honor your role and play your part in building a strong connection with your partner or those you are most intimate with. There is a difference between being physically present and genuinely connected. It is time to make a conscious effort to open yourself up to deeper levels of engagement and connection in your relationships. From this type of connection, we are able to make mistakes, show our true selves, and express our fears without judgment. From this type of connection, we feel unconditional love. We support each other and have the opportunity to truly expand awareness of ourselves and awareness of another human being. It is though this genuine connection in the ordinary moments that we open up ourselves to the extraordinary possibilities. We all share this planet. Oh, I love that. We are all connected to one another and are loved. Amen. Ponder on that thought of universal oneness. Feel part of the interconnected consciousness. Honor your link in the chain. Connect. Oh, I love that. I felt like that was a beautiful message, and I feel like it went like perfectly to kind of like, the overview of the whole reading. So really feeling connected to your own heart space helps you to connect to other people. It helps you be seen for who you truly are, and allows you to be supported for who you truly are. Knowing that, we're all in this together, guys. We're all in this together. So I hope this was a helpful reading for you. I do private readings, so if you would like to book one with me, you can head over to my Instagram. My prices are listed on my Instagram bio, and I'll leave all that information below. So I thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are. Sending lots of love.